I mean, I'm looking at your business and you're doing easily 300,000 in GCI a year, easily, if not
And then
more.
I got in proximity to Aaron, and he basically said, in not so many words, you're insulting sellers by walking into their home and not knowing what to say. So I think the first year I doubled my income. And then I think with Aaron, the next year I doubled it again. And then it started to then it was going up, 20%, 25% each year.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Dan Mesrobian. He is a top agent from out of Hoboken, New Jersey, and at the shore, the Jersey Shore. Am I right with that, Dan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gosh, I think we've known each other for what? Going on at least 10 years.
Yeah, I think what was it now? 2025? I'd say about a decade. That's
Yes. And one of the things that I love about Dan Mesrobian is he has an amazing system in place for locking in listings when he's at the appointment. So Dan, I'm just curious, what are you using right now to ensure that, when you get a very valued listing presentation opportunity in this market, that you're actually getting the listing? Tell me about that.
Yeah, great question. I appreciate the introduction. Thank you, Mark Ramey. You are one of my favorite people on planet Earth. So when I have a listing appointment, generally when I get them, and I shouldn't say generally, when I get them, they're fully pre-qualified.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I do is I run through a full pre-qualification process, make sure they are ready, willing, and able to sign a listing agreement. All decision makers are there. I have information about the house. Is it an option not to sell it? Their price that they're looking for to see if they're asking the moon or something more in line with what it would sell for. And then if they're open to, and if they feel comfortable and confident with me, are you open to signing a listing agreement? Once I get buy-in on all those, it's a bona fide qualified appointment. Then when I get there, I have a canned listing presentation that is ingrained in my brain. So when I sit down, it is, hey, just want to begin our time together today by saying thank you for providing me the opportunity to share some
Wait a
information.
minute, Dan. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have to ask you this. You have one that's ingrained in your brain. What do you mean? Like, what's important about having something that you've already determined? I mean, can't you just go in and why do you have to have something predetermined?
Yeah, that's a great question. I used to do that, Mark. I used to go in there and just wing it and think that I was going to walk out with a listing agreement. And boy, did I cost myself a lot of heartache, time, but most importantly, cost ourselves a lot of money. Because I go up against agents, look, like yourself, they're canned, they know what they're saying, they know what they're doing, and I'd lose listing agreements to them.
So tell me, what's the value? I mean, I'm looking at your business and you're doing easily 300,000 in GCI a year, easily, if not more. And from that perspective, what's the value of using a listing presentation where you know what to say already?
Yes, what to say, how to say it, and how to say it with confidence. I think the confidence factor is really, to me, the most important because when you're presenting yourself to someone, because let's be real, in my market, your average sale price is 700,000, 750,000. So I'm basically asking a seller every time for about 20 to $30,000, depending on how I structure the fee. Well, if you're asking somebody for that kind of money, you damn well better know what you're saying when you walk into that house. Because if I don't, I'm going to lose the listing to somebody again, like yourself,
Yeah, it'd
who,
be kind of like me going into a doctor's office and the doctor saying, "Yeah, do whatever the heck you want." I don't know how
yeah,
much confidence I would have with that doctor.
exactly. It's
So
a great point.
specifically, Dan, I'm curious from like when you first started using this presentation, Elite Builders Aaron Novello's listing presentation,
Yes.
to when you actually had it down good, like
Hmm.
before you used it to now when you're using it. What were the results that you saw different in the first, like, let's say 6 months to a year of your business?
That's a great question. So when I wasn't using it, I mean, would I stumble upon a listing of maybe somebody I knew? Of course. But more often than not, seven, eight, nine times out of 10, I'm walking out and I'm like, man, I did so well, and they're gonna call me back and I'm gonna get it. And none of that yeah, like you hope, wish, and pray. None of that happened. Then I got in proximity to Aaron, and he basically said, in not so many words, you're insulting sellers by walking into their home and not knowing what to say.
And it's
So
not professional.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. It's like not knowing your trade, not knowing your profession. I
So
memorized it.
so what did it do for your bottom line and your business? What did you see happen with your numbers the first year you started using it?
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed was my listing appointments to listings taken,
Hmm.
that conversion rate just skyrocketed. So I was converting probably, before, I don't know what, 10, maybe 10%. Now I was doing 7 out of 10, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
70%. Just
Wow.
again,
That's
every
significant. What's your average commission? $20,000?
yeah, around I'd say 15 to 20. Nah, yeah, 15 would be because there are lower end condos that I will list too, lower priced condos.
But
So
that's a difference of like 180 grand in 1 year in
yeah,
income.
yeah,
So
it gradually went up. So I was converting, the number of appointments I was getting, when I learned this, I started to build up the number of appointments. So I think the first year I doubled my income. And then I think with Aaron, the next year I doubled it again. And then it started to then it was going up, 20%, 25% each year.
Danny, that is powerful. So
Yeah.
just by you taking the time to learn something, for
Hmm.
you to take time out of your schedule to know something through and through, uh, it caused your income to double and then double
Twice.
again.
Twice. Yeah, twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, so Danny, I'm actually holding an event for agents, and I'm going to go over this same presentation that caused your income to double twice.
Nice.
What would you have to say to any agents that are out there? This event's going to be like for them to lunch and learn. What would you say if you were starting out in the business, or even if you'd been in the business for a while, about attending an event where they could learn this presentation?
Hmm. First thing I would say is come to the event, guys, and just come with an open mind. We say it all the time. Aaron says it all the time. The most expensive thing you can own is a closed mind. Don't go into events like this. And this is such a powerful event Mark's putting on because it's so pivotal. Your conversion rates, agents, if you do this, you memorize this. So when a seller says something to you and it's not on the script, you can just go right off the cuff, talk to them about it, and then bring that train right back on the track of that presentation. So the second thing I will say is to memorize it. What I did was I wrote it down every day for 60 days,
Mhm.
every day, and it was about 8 or 9 sheets of paper. If we know Aaron's presentation, it is definitely it's really powerful, but it can be long. And then what I did was once I memorized it and made it mine, I trimmed it down a little bit and then added some of my own little nuances in it, my own little assumptive closes into it, and made it mine. But the bricks, the foundation of it is 100% Aaron's.
So
100%.
thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. So what I'm hearing from you is if you follow a system and you learn it really well,
Hmm.
it's going to cause you to be more professional, and it's also going to um, give your clients confidence so that
Hmm.
they're going to want to convert. And like from what you've done, the proof is in the pudding. You've doubled your income twice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you recommend that someone come to this event?
If you're an agent and you're not where you want to be, let's say number one, you're new. So now you're like, all right, you're like this piece of clay, like ready to be molded. So you don't have to unlearn any bad behavior and anything that you have, that wasn't producing results. You're perfect for this. This is a perfect, event for you and workshop for you.
Interesting you say that, Danny, because I was in the business for 19 years,
Hmm.
and then I took Aaron on as a coach 6 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
And I shifted from what I was previously doing, and I was getting 60% of the appointments that I would go on, I would convert,
Yeah.
and went from 60 to 80%.
Wow.
And, and so would you say I would say based on that, I mean, my experience, I had to be open to learn something new. Even though I was in the industry 19 years, when I did it, it made a
Yes.
big difference.
It's
So,
easy for us to think that we know everything we need to know, and that's just your ego kind of playing games with you. We don't.
yeah.
So, and if you're an agent who's maybe you're doing 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, and you want to take it up that next level, This is a perfect opportunity for you to learn something new. Maybe you hear something Mark says and it registers with you.
What
Go
I'm
ahead.
hearing you say, Danny, is you could be doing this level of business, and
Mhm.
just by changing your presentation, not necessarily having to change where you get your leads from, not necessarily having to go and reinvent your business, by just learning this presentation and knowing it through and through, you could increase your business
Yes.
just by you changing and evolving yourself.
That's
That's
it.
powerful.
It all starts in here, and we talk about this all the time, Mark. Everything starts in here, guys. So when you're taking something like a listing presentation, you're making it a skill. Well, what does that do for you internally? It makes you more valuable. You've taken something, or if you're a new agent, nothing, and created something out of it. And now it's in here. You can move to Chicago, you can move to Arizona, you can move to California. That knowledge and that skill stays with you. So you can do business and be successful anywhere in the country just by going to a workshop like this, hearing somebody who's listed hundreds of thousands of or earned hundreds of thousands of dollars in his career, probably millions in your career, and consistently list property. Now you're in proximity to somebody like that. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go?
Thanks, Danny. I'm so grateful. I really, truly want to help agents understand this. We're in a segment in our market right now where every tool in the toolbox is going to help people be successful.
Yes,
So I
yes.
can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your busy schedule to give consideration to letting people know how this can really, really help them grow their business. You're a true professional. And by the way, Danny, if someone has referrals for Hoboken, New Jersey, or the Jersey Shore, how do they get a hold of you?
Guys, I'm all over socials, so if you want to get a hold of me, just use my name on Insta, TikTok, and Facebook is my name, Daniel Mesrobian.
I love it. Danny, you clearly are a professional. I'm grateful for you. And man, I wish you could fly down and be here for the event. Your energy would be awesome. I know we would learn lots from you. Thank you.
Come on, I'm like a sponge with this stuff. Being in a room with you, someone like yourself, I would just sit there, be quiet, and take notes because there's so much to learn from you, my friend.
I appreciate you so much. Thanks, Danny. Freedom is one of the basic human needs. Tony Robbins tells us that we want to have freedom. If you were to increase transactions in your business and you were to still desire freedom, how could that be possible?
That is the question. My body is not currently equipped for a daily hard workout.
Okay, I think that's important for you to
Yeah.
be. If we're creating habits,
Part of it is going to be fear. Another part, I've been working on that fear, and honestly, it doesn't seem that terrifying anymore. But I still haven't picked up the phone. I'm getting very confused on why that's not happening.